Welcome everybody to Indiana. I wanted to show you exactly how we have things set up for chickens in the winter. Anybody who's thinking about getting chickens in the spring and experience cold temperatures like we do in Indiana, I want to kind of show one of the things we have to do every day is come here into this coop and say hello to a couple chickens. Hi birdies. And we need to not let any of them escape because they're all hiding in here. And we need to grab the eggs. Hello, 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 hello. So we need to grab the eggs. There's only a few today. But one of the things that'll happen, though, it is actually pretty warm in here, especially with all the straw. There's minimal airflow through here. It catches all the sun. But no, the eggs will still freeze, so you want to go out here every day and grab those so that you don't waste any eggs. The next thing you want to do is you can still give them scraps. We got a whole thing of scraps in here. You can also give them some snackies. But other than that, there's really not much to do for chickens. So we do have ours set up pretty easily. We got a scooper here. I usually, in the winter, I suppose I could throw them right there. And that gets the chickens out of the coop and gets them moving around and stuff like that. The initial snowfall, they didn't really want to come out here, but they did. The water is close enough, and then the food is decently close enough. You can see there's a couple of like straw bales, so they kind of have a cleaner path to get to. So let me show you what that looks like. Little birdies here. We put a landscaping block here. Oof. And then we put an anti-icer down there on top of a block so it wasn't touching the plastic. And as you can see, it's all fluid. The only thing is, do those nozzles actually freeze faster than, you know what I mean, because they're on the edge. Maybe there's a chance that those would freeze. But if you come out here every day or two, this is all kind of new to us. But with practice, hopefully by the end of the season, we'll be able to say, yes, for sure, like maybe in the middle of the night, those things do freeze up or something like that. But through their pecking, it ends up freeing up is what I'm kind of guessing is the case. But as you can see, they got their water. They got their food right over there. They can kind of still make their way around. You can tell that they do not want to travel too much through the snow. As you can see, there's no birdie tracks anywhere, which is perfectly fine. It's a good time to hunker down. Sorry, I got distracted by... Did you just eat a piece of ice? What are you doing? Uh-oh. Are your sister beating you up? You don't look very good. Your sister beating you up? Oh, you got frozen poops falling? Oh my gosh. This became one of those videos, huh? Yep, we still got all 21 chickens. They are still laying eggs, but I'm going to have to go through in detail now that they're out and take maybe a better look. Maybe I can do that here on camera. Let me walk through. Because what I want to show everybody is what it actually takes to have chickens. And if you have a secure chicken coop and a secure chicken run and an extra egg down on the ground, if you have those things, chickens take care of themselves. They can huddle together for warmth. Not really of a major concern. I would guess that they would drop to about 8 eggs every day, kind of on random. We have 21 birds, so maybe a third. But one of the things is they'll start eating their own eggs, which is, I don't know if that's typical or not, but some of these birds seem to seem to like to eat others' eggs, so that's another reason to check out every day. See? I'll be doing that. So that's what we did in the summer, is 2-3 times a day we would grab them. I guess we'll break it down to at least twice a day in the winter, because I think it's these white birds that like to attack the other eggs, because they came from a different flock with an actual rooster, so they seem to act differently. I'm not exactly sure why they act differently, but they seem more territorial, more butt heads. So that's all we do. We got a nice little path. After it snowed and we got it trampled down, it's not too bad. Everything, like I said, is pretty accessible, and the chickens will take care of themselves since they're full grown. I would, for anybody that's looking to get chickens in the spring, here we've gotten chickens as early as like February, and you got to have them in the house or in the garage. We've used like a big Tupperware kind of bin for them, but I think probably in April we'll get another handful of chickens. But we won't expect them to start laying eggs until June, July. We get chickens from Rural King. Probably about 3 months seems to have been about the average for these chickens. Some of them actually didn't even start laying until September, and we had gotten them in March. So yeah, I guess it varies from chicken to chicken, but once you get into it for a year or two, these things just start to kind of build on each other, and some of those inconsistencies gonna just level out. So we are glad to have a food source throughout the year. The food is still, the bags of foods and pellets are still pretty cheap. We give them scraps from our own kitchen, and they eat all of it, and they take care of themselves as long as you make sure they have water. And with snow, I guess they have water all the time, but probably not the best for them to be eating snow. So the anti-icer, 10-gallon bucket, whatever that is, 5-gallon bucket of water works pretty well. So yeah, it'll be a pretty easy winter for us. We won't be lugging out any boiling water to to dump on any. We used to have a couple of buckets that we had to dump boiling water into every day. That was a pain. So now with that anti-icer, they'll take away a lot of that. And with the larger amount of food in a barrel, we won't have to be lugging stuff so much. It'll just be once or twice during the winter instead of every week. So, all right, that's all I've got. Hope everybody's enjoying the winter. Hope everybody who doesn't have chickens considers getting them. We've gone kind of overboard on this one, but we're probably prepared to have over 40 chickens, and most families don't need those. We don't make a whole lot of money off of eggs. We just sell them to friends and keep our own recipes going and keep us fed. So that's all I've got. I will see you on the next one. All right.